We've got $3 million to play with. Angus from Hong Kong, this is your video. Let's dive in.
This is your show. This is the show where I work for you directly, taking your needs. I'm going through the MLS and I'm trying to find the best possible deal for you guys. Put down 25%. That's the perfect way to buy this. That's why real estate investing is the greatest industry in the world.
Hey, real estate investors, welcome to another episode of the MLS Search Analysis Show here on Holton Wise TV. As always, I am your host, James Wise, currently coming to you from my home office, not the Holton Wise TV studio, due to the coronavirus, social distancing, yada, yada, yada. You guys get the drift. All right. Today, I am working with a new client. His name is Angus, and he is living in Hong Kong. Now, Angus, you've currently got $3 million sitting in Hong Kong that you'd like to put into the United States rental market, specifically the Cleveland, Ohio area. You've already purchased a few properties. You purchased a turnkey property from Ohio Cash Flow. Anybody who's curious to know who Ohio Cash Flow is, what Ohio Cash Flow does, we're going to have a commercial break from them a little bit later. They are a sponsor of today's show. We work closely with Ohio Cash Flow. They're out in Toledo. Also, their contact info is in the show notes below. So if you guys are interested in the Toledo market, check out Ohio Cash Flow like Angus has already done. In addition to buying something with Ohio Cash Flow, you already bought some other rentals from another vendor. Trying to find it in my notes. I don't see it off the top of my head, but moral of the story is you've purchased in several markets, but right now you're feeling the Cleveland market. You've seen a lot of the content we put out here on Holton Wise TV, and you like the fact that we could help you go another route, right? We got the pure turnkey assets, right? But we also have properties you can buy before they're totally turnkey. So like we didn't go in and buy properties and completely renovate them, get them tip top ready and suck out all the equity, right? We allow you, we work on your behalf, allow you to capture some of that, right? And you were pretty interested in the BRRRR strategy, right? Buy, renovate, refinance, rent, repeat. I don't know if it's exactly in that order. I guess you could rent it before you refinance or flip flop, but you guys get it, right? You're interested in that strategy. The idea, you go in, you buy a property that is not completely renovated, not at its tip top premium, and you get in, you do that work, and you force some appreciation, you force some equity, you benefit from that. Now, to start with, you were aiming to be in the 50 to 100K range for multifamilies. After a couple properties, you're looking to get up into some more expensive stuff, because I mean, you got $3 million, right? You got $3 million in cash to play with, so money's not necessarily an issue. You're just trying to like dip your toe in the waters, and you're primarily, you want to go 2 to 4 units, right? You want to get these high returns, right? You want the high returns. You're targeting like BC, right? So you kind of have given me a tall order, right? You want a BRRRR, you want a multifamily, you want BC. You're trying to stay all in for 100K or less. Something's got to break, right? Something's got to break there, because you're trying to avoid like D-class neighborhoods. So something has to break, right? Like, it's not like, I mean, yeah, Cleveland, great market, one of the best markets in the United States of America. Or in your situation, right, you're a national investor, right? You're comparing Cleveland, Ohio to not just the rest of the United States, but to the rest of the world, right? You're living in Hong Kong. Great market. It's why people from all over the world, such as yourself, come here to invest. But it's not like we just like have all of these multifamily properties just sitting there like on a tree, like ready to be plucked, that just have all of this like equity, and just we have this like unlimited supply of stuff you could just like BRRRR out, right? I mean, it's not how it works, right? Especially when you go up asset class, right? We get up into the C and the B. The amount of distressed inventory as the neighborhood quality improves is going to greatly go down. So all of the things you're trying to accomplish are not really replicable. Maybe you might get lucky here and there, but you got to make some deviations. So I got 3 properties today, all of which are going to be close to what you're looking for, but in some way or the other, each one of them is going to differ from the path you've outlined for me thus far. But you and I are going to be doing 10 of these, 10 properties, right? So this is the first three. We're going to be doing 7 after this. So we're going to go 3 different routes here, and let me know which route you like the best, right? And see what makes sense for you. Because I still think all 3 of these properties in the grand scheme of things are going to make sense for you. They might not check every single one of your boxes, but I think they all kind of make sense. And I will explain why. First one, 7937 Lorain Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio, 44102. This has been on the market forever, 387 days, listed at $59,900 by an agent out of Russell Real Estate Services. Right now, this is on a main road. This is a occupied duplex. You know, you're cruising through the photos. Nothing special. Nothing crazy to see here. Currently, each unit, 2 beds, 1 bath, rented for $550. So it brings in $1,100 a month or $13,200 a year. Now, what does that get you? Going into the numbers, with the $1,100 coming in, I've got all your expenses laid out. You got to account for your repairs and your maintenance, your vacancy and your non-payment, your CapEx. All that's 55. Taxes are low because the value's low. 38 bones. Insurance, everybody, click the link in the show notes below if you'd like to save money on your insurance. We got 2 camps of investors out there right now. We got investors like my guy Angus, who is looking at this COVID-19 and seeing a lot of people getting scared and seeing some opportunities because people are making rash decisions. I agree with that camp. Second camp, I don't necessarily agree with it, but I understand it. That is investors who are running scared. They are trying to remain liquid, trying to get as much of their cash. They're trying to hoard as much cash as they possibly can. They're afraid to go out and try to make acquisitions to get more income. Well, guys, one way to get more cash, if you can't go and look for more income, is to reduce your expenses. That's what we do with our insurance business. So in the show notes below, I don't care if you're interested in Cleveland or if you got properties anywhere else in the United States, click that link. Let us quote you for a new policy, a new insurance policy on your rental portfolio. I can almost guarantee you we could beat your current rates because that is all we do. All we do is focus on landlords. All we do is handle rental policies. We have a farmers franchise. In addition, we're appointed independently with a ton of other providers. So all these little niche providers you've never heard about, we have relationships with, and we can beat down your premium. So show notes below, click that. For instance, this particular property, Angus, we should be able to insure this thing for only 60 bones a month for you, man. Water sewer, 150, lawn care, 44, PM, 110. So all told, on an average basis, won't be every month, won't be every year, but on an average basis, you could reasonably expect to spend $557 of that $1,100 a month, bringing you home $543. Now, as far as price goes, I believe $59,900 is too high, and the market agrees with me. This motherfucker's been listed for over a year, right? It's too high, right? I think I could come in and negotiate this deal pretty good price for you. I think I can get this price way down. I believe I can come in and negotiate a purchase price of $48,000. Now, $48,000 with the current estimated anticipated NOI of $543 a month, that is a 13.6 cap. So that hits your return goals. Now, as far as, some of your other things and where this differs, right? As far as neighborhood, arguably, I would say this is a D-class neighborhood, right? But I like this area. It's on the outskirts of stuff that's going to be affected by the Metro Health $1 billion investment, right? More information on what Metro Health is doing is going to be in the show notes, but more or less, this company is a major medical provider, and they're investing $1 billion in their facility in addition to affordable housing in the immediate neighborhood. This is fairly close to that, not like, you can't walk your dog from this particular house to that hospital. There are areas a little bit closer, but more or less, if you're sick, you're going to that hospital. So it's going to have a ripple effect over here. I believe that is going to make this neighborhood improve. In addition, this is on like a commercial, this is in like a commercial district area, right, that the city has been putting some money into. They're trying to get this Lorain Avenue improved. So I think those two factors are going to cause this neighborhood to eventually increase. In addition, to the north, we've got some of the hot neighborhoods, right? This is we're more or less like we're surrounded by a lot of good stuff. We got Ohio City, Gordon Square, Tremont, Edgewater, all that stuff's up to the north. To the west, we got Lakewood, which is a great high quality suburb. To the south, we've got a pure C-class neighborhood. Okay, so we got a ton of stuff. And then right over to the east again, that's the Metro Health Campus. So we are completely surrounded by things that are going to rise this neighborhood up, right? There is like nothing worse than this neighborhood in the circumference of this neighborhood. So I like this neighborhood for those reasons. Another thing, right? Because here's the deal, you got to pay cash, right? You're trying to burst stuff out, but you can't get financing right now. You're not ready. Your goal is to pick stuff up in cash now and eventually refi that money back out when you're ready, right? You're trying to establish your business in America so you can get better terms. So as far as you pulling out loans right now, you're not going to be targeting anything, trying to buy anything with a loan right now. So I'm looking at this as more of like a little long-term play for you. We got a ton of cash. We can kind of do this in waves, right? We can just acquire a ton of real estate in cash for you and then give it some time, stabilize everything, get everything running smoothly, make everything as optimal as humanly possible, make the values as high as humanly possible, then go for like one big blanket refinance, and then we'll start all over on round number 2. So with all that, that's why I think we can get the price down to $48,000. In addition, we're going to leave those tenants in there now, but we're going to slowly increase their rents. And if they do turn, we're going to want to replace them with Section 8 tenants to alleviate the current risks of the neighborhood, right? You're opposed to the risks of a high-risk neighborhood, right? But I gave you a reason why I think it's a pretty stable D-class neighborhood, but still going to have D-class risks. So we're going to alleviate the majority of those risks by getting us some government-guaranteed tenants in there, government-guaranteed rent, and good news is when we put those government guaranteed tenants in there, we'll be able to rent this property for more. It's going to be able to rent for $650 a unit as opposed to $550. So it'll be bringing in $1,300 a month. That's an additional $200 a month. So your cap rate's going to go up. As far as what I'm anticipating, like what our target is going to be when we eventually refi this out, I would like to eventually refi this property, as is your plan. At the time we do it, even though you're going to pick it up for $48,000, I'm hoping that by the time we refi it, we'll have improved the units to get us market rent Section 8 tenants. At that time, I'm anticipating the property having a value of approximately $85,000. Now, if they did a typical refinance where they give you 75% of the value, they'd be giving you back $63,750 of your money, right? Now, of course, you're going to have to spend some money to upgrade those units so we could get that appraisal higher, but we're kind of hoping that a combination of the increased rent roll, the nicer units, the building improvements, and the neighborhood eventually going up over the next few years, we're kind of factoring all that into what your eventual appraised price is when you're going to pull this out. So for all those reasons, I think this is going to be a solid deal for you. So if we could pick this thing up for you for $48K, this is one hell of a start to your Cleveland area portfolio. We're going to go to a quick commercial break, hear from the sponsors of today's show. Then I'm going to get into the second property.
G'day everyone, it's Angela Remora here, your favorite Australian and the founder and owner of Ohio Cashflow. Over the last 5 years, Ohio Cashflow has established itself as the most reputable turnkey real estate investment company in the country. We offer solid B-class properties in Toledo, Ohio. We work and live in the same areas that we sell in, so when we sell your property, your tenants become our neighbors. We only take on a handful of investors every month, so for your chance to work with one of the best in the business, please fill out our investor application form, which you can find in the video notes below. Thanks for listening, and as we say down under, I'll catch you later, mate.
Is that it?
Yeah, we're done.
All right, cool.
Based in Indianapolis, Indiana, FS Houses is the premier investment property brokerage. With an in-house property management department that can take care of all those unwanted landlord headaches, FS Houses can offer you the complete turnkey solution as well as wholesale properties offered to you at a discounted rate. With a network of thousands of active investors, wholesalers, and brokers, FS Houses can help you sell your property for top dollar on the open market or in a hurry to motivated investors seeking distressed real estate. Visit fshouses.com or call 317-492-9025 for more information on Indianapolis, Indiana real estate.
All right, Angus, welcome back. Now, the second property, right? This is going to check some of your boxes. Neighborhood, we are now checking your box, right? This is Bedford, 317 Center Road, Bedford, Ohio, 44146. This is a BC neighborhood. This is a solid neighborhood, so you have no neighborhood concerns. Very stable. This property was just listed 2 weeks ago by a realtor from Westway Realty. The list price, $149,900. You're going to have to be more aggressive on this one. This is a quad. This is a hell of a deal. Since you're going to be paying cash, that's more attractive than the other bidders because this is going to have multiple offers guaranteed. So since you're coming in cash, I'm hoping maybe we can get you a slight discount. Pick this up for $145,000. But if we get into a bidding war, you're probably going to have to increase that to pay list or maybe a grand or two above list. If you do, don't worry, still going to make sense. This is a solid deal. You absolutely want to take this one down. What it is currently bringing in, we got 4 one-bedroom, 1-bath units. Rent roll on the screen brings in $2,240 a month or $26,880 a year. Now, not all those rents are market rents. Those rents are a little bit off. In my opinion, market rents for each one of these units is going to be $600 a unit. So 3 of the units we could increase the rent. One of the units they're renting it at $645. I don't know what the situation is, how they got that particular tenant to pay that. If you try to rent things for above market price, every once in a while you'll get certain tenants who will do it. But I don't want to make you feel like 645 is the target. I think that's a little fluffed. I don't know. It seems like a one-off to me. I would not anticipate we're going to put 4 tenants in there on a regular basis all paying 645. I think the more appropriate market price is going to be 600. So that does add 1,600, or I'm sorry, it does add $160 a month to your monthly rent roll. But that's just what's reasonable, right? We may be up, sometimes we may be down, but that is a reasonable expectation. That's what it's all about here, providing you reasonable expectations, right? This is rental real estate. There's an unlimited amount of variables at all times. I just try to give you the closest thing to what you can anticipate. But running the numbers based upon what the property is currently doing with the current monthly rental, monthly rent roll, couldn't get that out, of $2,240 a month. What does it look like? Well, I believe we'll be spending $1,371 of that $2,240 a month, leaving you with an NOI of $869. Now, if you pick this up for $145,000 and you're making an NOI of $869 a month on average, that is a 7.2 cap. And of course, that could go up if we got the rental income a little bit higher. Now, a few things, right? This is above your budget, right? You're only looking to spend 50 to 100K per property. But here's the thing. Quads, man, there is just a very few amount of quads. And when you're refinancing your portfolio later, quads are what you really want to have in your portfolio, because once you get into the commercial stuff, the terms are not going to be as good, right? You being a foreign national, you're not going to get the very best residential terms like U.S. citizens will, but you can still get some 30-year financing, right? Especially if you do a big old blanket loan. We should be able to get some like really high quality financing terms for you. With that blanket loan, and if some of the properties have a high enough purchase price, you can go independent and like do individual mortgages, right? If you have a bunch of like $60,000 houses, $70,000 houses, it may be hard as a foreign national to get like a pure 30-year loan. So you want a blanket loan, all those would be more on a commercial basis. But with this particular property, we could probably separate that out, I believe, and get you like a really solid 30-year loan on this particular property, because it's, going to be, high priced, right? And the cool thing is, like, a 4-unit property is typically the largest property you can get a 30-year loan. So that's the tree I'm trying to bark up with this. That's why I think it's important. Now, price-wise, do I see like a big a shift in value between now and when you go to refinance this out? No. Do I see a big shift in value now and when you go to refinance this out based on the minor adjustments we can make to that rent roll? No, I don't. I think it's more or less worth about this number. I mean, I don't know. honestly, I could probably sell it for 165,000 if I was the agent, just because I have such a wider audience, right? Um, but it's only a $20,000 difference, so it's not like an incredible BRRRR play, or we're not really trying to like steal a ton of equity here. This is just a solid earner that just makes a ton of sense to refi out in the future and to just maintain for your portfolio. I mean, if we did get this worth 165, I guarantee I could sell it for 165. But can I guarantee that the appraisers are going to value it at 165 if you purchase it for a lower amount and didn't like make incredible major improvements or see a major market shift? I don't know, but if we did get it to do an appraisal of 165 and we did separate it out from like a blanket loan, you'd probably get $123,750 of your cash back, okay, on a 30-year note. So this is just a solid move for your portfolio. So this is something I want you to look at. I'm going to go to another quick commercial break, get myself a little bit of coffee here, and then we're going to get into the third property I think will work for you.
Expanding your real estate holdings to multiple markets is a great way to reduce your risk. Birmingham, Alabama features an unemployment rate that is well below the national average. In fact, Birmingham's growing tech scene has been highlighted by both Forbes and Barron's. That, coupled with Birmingham's low price-to-rent ratio, is why so many investors from around the U.S. have been flocking to the area to put their money to work. Spartan Invest has helped hundreds of investors successfully buy cash-flowing real estate in Birmingham. With an average tenant stay of 39 months, it's easy to see why Spartan Invest maintains an annual occupancy rate above 95%. To learn more about the turnkey opportunities in Birmingham, Alabama, contact Spartan Invest today at 205-202-4118 or visit them online at spartaninvest.com. Discount Property Warehouse, founded by real estate visionary Robert Fiel, author of the Short-Term Retirement Program, is a complete turnkey solution for acquiring cash-flowing investment properties in Memphis, Tennessee. Our turnkey properties include a third-party home inspection, new HVAC with 10-year warranties, new dimensional roofs, competitive price-to-rent ratios, discounted property insurance, in-house property management, private financing, and much more. At Discount Property Warehouse, we have a staff of licensed agents standing by, ready to assist you with every aspect of the process. Call us today or visit us online at discountpropertywarehouse.com.
All right, Angus, welcome back. Now, the third and final property that I wanted to go over with you on our first video. This is actually a property that I have looked into for clients in the past. We ended up in a multi-offer situation. They did not accept our offer. And then apparently their offer fell apart. I believe their buyer was, freaking out about the COVID-19 stuff, and they backed out. So now the agent has come back to us, and they're wondering if, this is back on the market. They're wondering if I have people that are interested in. Now, this one is definitely an outlier, right? You have not mentioned to me anything about single family properties. But at the beginning of the show, I told you, I said, hey, man, there's not like going to be a ton of distress inventory out there in the multifamily in the BC, right? And I know you're looking for distress. You want to add some value. You want to put some improvements into it. You're looking for high cash flow. A lot of markets don't have like really high cash flow opportunities if they're single family homes. We do here in Cleveland. And, you take like a B or C class duplex, right? One of the tenants goes, the owner's probably not too distressed because, they still have a second tenant to pay some rent. So they don't get into a distressed situation. And the majority of these sellers are going to be investor type sellers. But what we have in a lot of these neighborhoods is we have a lot of, old timers that lived in the neighborhoods for a very, very long time, and they're ready to liquidate. They're downsizing, they're selling their properties. So we run into like a lot of good deals that are single family homes. You'd be surprised with the amount of cash flow we could pull off of single family homes. And when no one's living there, granny has to go live in a home, or you just end up with one of these homes, or even if it is a landlord situation, they run into an issue with the tenant, and then the home goes vacant, and then boom, you got no income coming in. So the amount of times that you could work out a really good deal because the seller is just not in an optimal situation improves, I believe, with the single families, right? Because if I'm a seller and I don't really want to own a rental property anymore, but I still have income coming in, I'm not as motivated to get rid of it if it's completely vacant and it's just a complete liability for me, right? So because of that, I wanted to show you the single family, which is very much available right now that I've already looked at for someone else, and they're no longer in the picture. So I think this would work really good for your portfolio. So let me know what your thoughts are on the footage you're about to see.
2028 West 89th, Cleveland, Ohio, 44102. This is what I like to call a little old lady house. And the cool thing is what you don't usually see with little old lady houses either. You don't see like a pretty updated kitchen with a nice backsplash. Like, we would definitely keep this, right? We would keep these cabinets. We'd keep the countertop. We'd keep the backsplash. All of that is good. This is not a tenant. This is an owner-occupied property. So you get like a nice little old lady who's lived in the house for many, many years. And we're going to get some value out of that. Now, everything looks pretty darn nice, right? It would look like it's a pretty solid rental just as it is. But I want to let you know, like, there's a lot of stuff in here. There's stuff on the walls, just like a lot of stuff. So when we do actually get this property totally vacant, I would anticipate we're going to need to put a little bit of money into it. It's currently listed at $49,900, and it's been on the market a decent chunk of time as well, 81 days. So for this one, I think we can work out a nice little discount. I think we could probably pick this up for approximately $44,000. And even though it looks nice in the photos, all that stuff's going to go out of there, and I would imagine we're going to still have to repaint, spackle, fix this, fix that. This person's been living there a very long time, so we're going to need to do some updating, make it look a little more modern, and just once all that stuff's out of there, you're going to start to notice like nicks and dings on the walls or the floors. So, we'll clean all that up. At most, I think we'll spend $8,000, and that's probably, to be honest, that's probably a high estimate. It might come in a little lower, but worst case scenario, I think we'll spend $8,000. So you'd be all into this investment for $52,000. What that's going to get us, since it's 3-bed, 1-bath, and we're going to make this thing look spiffy, man, and we're going to make it look good, we're going to easily rent this thing for $975, possibly even above, but we'll go $975, which is $11,700 a year. What would that look like? Well, at $975 a month, we're going to be saving $48 to repairs and maintenance, vacancy and non-payment, cap expenses. Taxes are only going to be $75. Insurance, again, it's going to be cheap, $60. Water, sewer, $75. Lawn care, no need to worry about it. Tenants will handle it. PM fees, $97. So on average, should run you $451 a month. That should be bringing home $524. And this is another one, man. I think we should just finance this right off the rip, right? We're getting a nice little old lady house, been on the market a while. You take these C-class neighborhoods, there's only two people shopping in these neighborhoods, right? There's investors shopping, and this doesn't have a tenant in it. Okay, there's no tenant already in there, so it's not super attractive to those folks. And then there's folks that want to live in the neighborhood themselves. So you take these people that want to live in the neighborhoods themselves, that's great. But in these C-class neighborhoods where we're starting to see just like a ton of investors and the low values, sometimes it's hard for these folks to get their loans approved. So a nice qualified investor buyer like yourself that is probably got a much, much higher net worth and much better credit profile, it's very attractive to the sellers. You make for a very solid buyer. So because of that, that's why I think we're able to pick it up so cheaply. So you get yourself a mortgage, right? That NOI, $524 a month. You're going to have a small mortgage, $157 a month. So your net cash flow, even after your mortgage, should be $367. Now the down payment on that mortgage is tiny, dude. It's only $11,000. And if you take your $11,000 plus worst case scenario $8,000 that we put into it, you're only going to have $19,000 into this deal. So that's in itself a 23% cash on cash return.
All right, Angus, that's it for today. Let me know if you'd like to make offers on any of these 3 properties. You'll just want to, reply to the email we send you. We're going to send you an email. Then you reply to sales@holtonwise.com, and we can write up 1, 2, or 3 offers for you. Personally, I think all 3 of these are going to work for you, but I know all 3 of these in their own unique way are a little bit off of the path you've laid out to me. But that's why I love working with you guys, doing these big 10 property packages. It gives us the opportunity to work together for the long term, because most of the time, you guys send me like your wish list and things you think make the most sense to you, with your semi-limited amount of knowledge on the Cleveland market. And I don't say that to be derogatory in any way, right? You live in Hong Kong. There is no scenario where, you should be expected to have an in-depth knowledge of the Cleveland market. I mean, shit, if you did, I guess I wouldn't have a job, right? I mean, you wouldn't have a need to hire me. So that's what I'm doing. And I can kind of like give you my take on it. And then typically what we do is we take what your initial goals were, and then I give you like the first video like I've done here, and we kind of stray a little bit, and then we kind of like work together towards a plan that makes the most sense with what is actually available in the market, right? The market is always changing. I could only sell you or help you buy what is available. So I think these 3 make the most sense with what's available in the market to what you want to do. You may think I'm barking up the wrong tree, so let me know. Open, honest feedback. And we got 7 more. Maybe these 3 work, and then we're just finding another 7 to add on to these. Maybe you want to narrow some stuff down and we go a different direction. So again, that's why I like doing these 10 property packages. We really get to work together and just build your business slowly, because that's what we're doing here, man. We are building a business for you. This ain't like a normal client realtor relationship where like I cruise around with you. You look at a house, your wife loves the curb appeal, and then you buy it, and then we're done, right? That's not how we do it, right? We are building a business together. So anybody else out there who's watching Angus's show right now, none of these properties are available. I have sent this to Angus in a private link probably 90 days ago, if I had to guess, and all these properties are no longer available for you. After they're all gone, though, I do release them publicly on Holton Wise TV so everyone could learn about the Cleveland market completely free of charge. But if you want to go even further, you want to get started, you want to start building your business today, and you'd like me and my team to help, and you want to work one-on-one like me and Angus are doing, go to HoltonWise.com, click the property search for sale tab, scroll down to the MLS search and analysis show, and pick up a package today. If you have already learned a ton about the Cleveland market and you're ready to roll, you already know what you want. You don't want to, work one-on-one to figure it out. You're just ready to make bids. I want you to make sure you're watching the Investment Properties for Sale show and you're subscribed to our mailing list. We email that show to you every day at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because we are the #1 seller of investment property in the Cleveland market. So, you could buy from us in 2 ways. You do what Angus is doing right now. You hire me. I work for you as your advocate, as your agent, as your broker. I find things in the market that I think will work for you specifically. But in addition to that, I work for more sellers in the Cleveland market than anyone else, and we sell all of our properties to you on the Investment Properties for Sale show. Email those to you every day at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In a couple clicks, you're able to go ahead and just make your bids off of that. All of our videos are going to come complete with a video tour and a financial breakdown, so you get an idea of what's out there. So those are the 2 paths you can take to buy properties from us and work with us. Again, Angus, send my team an email, sales@holtonwise.com, so we can put in these offers or talk further. Everyone else, I talked a lot about financing in this video. If you're watching this and you're like, shit, that sounds great, I'm a foreign national, I'd like to get some financing and some things going so I can invest in the United States, or hey, I'm living in the United States in California, New York, or some other ultra liberal expensive area where the regulations are crazy. I want to get into some more red state investing and invest in these cash flow markets. Send my team an email, sales@holtonwise.com. We'll get you our list of lenders, and we'll get started working with you. That's all I've got for today's show, guys. As always, I'm James Wise with Holton Wise, and this is Real Estate Investing Made Easy.
This is your show. This is the show where I work for you directly, taking your needs. I'm going through the MLS, and I'm trying to find the best possible deal for you guys. Put down 25%. That's the perfect way to buy this. That's why real estate investing is the greatest industry in the world.
Over 50% of those living in the greater Memphis area rent their home. This fact, combined with the high price-to-rent ratio, is why Forbes rates Memphis, Tennessee as one of the top real estate investment markets in the country. Memphis Investment Properties and their sister property management company, Reedy & Company Realtors, are among the largest and most trusted turnkey operations in this market. With over 30 years in business, a portfolio consisting of more than 2,700 active rentals, and an impeccable track record renovating over 6,000 single-family homes, it's no surprise they are one of the most reputable turnkey operations in the United States.
RentTech Direct provides you with an easy-to-use yet robust platform for managing your properties, complete with its built-in reporting and accounting system that can be customized to fit your business. You can manage work orders and even accept them online from your tenants. You can also share work order details with tenants or owners if you wish. With RentTech Direct, you will also fill your vacancies faster than ever with the built-in marketing tools. Just enter the details of your property and RentTech will automatically provide you with a professional online website, as well as syndicate them to popular websites such as Zillow, Trulia, and Apartments.com to get your listing maximum exposure so it's rented fast.
Cleveland, Ohio is widely considered to be one of the top rental markets in the entire United States. This is because here in Cleveland, our housing prices are low and our rental prices and demand are high. At Holton Wise, we provide the complete turnkey solution for all real estate investors, whether they are local, out of state, or even abroad. As real estate brokers, we will provide you with agent representation to help you buy properties ranging from single-family homes to large apartment complexes. We even have referrals for lenders who can provide investment property loans to investors located in all 50 states, allowing you to capitalize on the use of leverage or other people's money. We have referrals to top-notch title companies so you know that all of your transactions are safe and secure, with every single property being delivered to you with clear title. Once you close on the property, we have an investor-focused insurance brokerage who can handle all your property insurance needs. This insurance brokerage handles auto, home, life, and business policies, but they specialize in working with policies for landlords. We also have full-service property management. We can handle all rental property advertisements, tenant placement, rent collection, evictions, maintenance, landscaping, construction, and repairs. In addition, Holton Wise also offers digital media and education. One day, when you are ready to sell your investment, Holton Wise, as the #1 seller of investment properties in the greater Cleveland area, can market your property in a video just like this one to our worldwide base of investors who are looking to capitalize on the high cash flow opportunities in the Cleveland, Ohio market. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on our latest content, including video tours and analysis of investment properties that are available for sale, real estate investment education, and our most interesting encounters with tenants from hell. Holton Wise, real estate investing made easy.